Faith, trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see. Hey everyone, Mr. John here. So it's June and we will begin this month with a new theme. This month's theme is on faith, and we saw some great examples of faith lived out in the Bible in our Sunday lessons that we watched. I want to talk about another person in the Bible and hope it may help with what we may be feeling at this time. Our story is on a man named Job. One day God was visited by Satan himself. God asks Satan, "Hey, where did you come from?" The devil replied, "I've been roaming the earth." And then he has the audacity to tell God that no man is truly faithful to God. God tells Satan to look at this guy, this man named Job. He was a truly faithful man. But Satan points out something. Job is blessed with so many things. You see, Job had 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, 500 donkeys, many servants, plus 7 sons and 3 daughters. Satan tells God, if you take everything away from Job, he will curse you and turn his back on his faith. God, in this moment, does something that may seem weird to us. He gives Satan the power over everything Job has. Satan can do with that what he will, but Satan could not lay a finger on Job. The devil then went to work to prove no one was truly faithful to God. 4 messengers came in a span that must have been, or maybe even felt like minutes from each other, to let Job know he had lost everything. His livestock, stolen or burned. His servants, kidnapped or killed. His children, dead from a windstorm that collapsed the house they were all in. Job was devastated. He tore his robe and shaved his head, which in those times were ways to show extreme grief and sadness. Job then, in that moment, fell to the ground and starts worshiping God. He says, "Naked I came into the world, and naked I will leave it. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." In that moment of his greatest grief, the loss of everything he had and everything he loved, he did not forsake God. He praised him. But what would happen as time went on? Time to think about what happened, or when others come and give their thoughts and opinions on Job's situation. Well, let's look at what happens with Job. In the story, 4 people come to try and help Job, to try and talk sense to Job. 3 were friends, Bildad, Eliphaz, and Zophar. The 4th is somebody that may surprise you. It is actually Job's wife, who we never even learn her name. The 3 men do their best to help Job. They were well-meaning, I believe. Some of their advice is good, but some of it is not so good. They say Job should be angry. Well, I agree that Job could be angry. Job can and is allowed to have and show emotion. Emotion is not a sin. They also tell Job he should ask questions to find out answers. But the 3 men go too far with what they're saying. They think that Job should actually be angry with God and to question God's motives. Job doesn't. Here is why. Job knows that being angry, being sad, showing emotion, or questioning the situation is okay. Being angry with or questioning God is not. Now, Job's wife, and maybe part of her actions is because of her hurt, goes at Job differently. She tries to get Job in his grief, in his anger, to blame God and walk away from him. Job never wavers in his faith. So you may be wondering why I changed from the Sunday lesson to tell this story. Well, if you've been watching TV or have been talking to people, you know a lot of people are hurting in the world right now. Some of the things happening may even be bothering you. With this hurt going on, people can get fearful, they can get angry, or very emotional in other ways. Like I said earlier, it is okay to be angry, to be sad, and yes, even to be scared. You may also have tons of questions, even questions you may be hesitant or scared to ask because of other people's reactions. It is okay to ask your questions, but come with your questions with an open mind and an open heart. Come with a posture of learning and growing. Even if you get an answer you may not like or agree with, listen. We will never learn if we harden ourselves from others who may be hurting as well in a very differing way than you. Don't allow someone else's anger, though, get you to go out and do things that you know are wrong or go against God. These things always lead to trouble, to sin. Don't allow someone else to get you to turn away from God. Not in speak, not in emotion, and not in action. God is there. God sees you. God knows you. Just like God saw Job. Just like God knew Job. God could see Job's heart. And in the end of the story, Job was actually rewarded with more than he had before. Job knew God. Job saw God. God knows you. God sees you. Do you see God? So guys, I hope this helped in the time that what is happening. I hope this lesson kind of lets you see some things a little bit clearer in your mind. I know these are hard times, but guys, we'll be back together soon. I just want you to know I love you, I miss you, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Our memory verse for this month is, faith is being sure of what we hope for. It is being sure of what we do not see. Hebrews 11:1. Great question to ask this week is, what are things you believe that you can't see?